Hi everyone, I trust you're all doing well today. So here we are, the reading of the first chapter of my new story, Crosshair. Now I'll be putting a link in the description to download this first chapter as a document, so you may read it along with me if you so please. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Chapter 1. Dark stage. Cheering crowd. It was the perfect setup. Matt Clevitt stood at his place, behind the microphone, scanning the swarm of people in front of him. He could see them, but they couldn't see him, or the three others behind him. Thoughts stirred in his mind, swirling angrily into a rousing crescendo. It was going to be a good show tonight. He raised his arms high, and the lights came on. The cheers grew louder as the full band was revealed. At the mic stood Mac, dressed in his signature biker jacket, and 3 rings on his right hand that glistened in the stage lights. Around his waist were his prized possessions, a pair of silver 44s with an elegant design down the barrels. At the rear of the stage sat Valentina Mendoza, right behind a 10-piece drum kit. Her ponytailed dark hair was contrasted by a single streak of dark purple. To the left of the stage stood Denzel Reese on the keyboard. His full black sunglasses reflected the crowd that he could not see but hear perfectly. Lastly, with a red and white guitar slung across his shoulders, standing as confident as he ever could, was Jake Winters. This was the band that the crowd came to see tonight. Their cheers escalated to a fever pitch as the marquee above the stage lit up with the band's name, Crosshair. Mac put his mouth closer to the mic and delivered a single message to the crowd. "Are you locked and loaded? Let's pull the trigger!" With that, the opening riff of the first song sounded out from Jake's guitar, followed by the rest of the band keying in on their instruments. The crowd broke into hysterics as Mac sung the first verse of the lyric with his smooth, powerful voice. Jake then stepped in with the backup vocals while he strummed away. It wasn't hard to see that they were in perfect sync with each other. It wasn't until the second song in the set when 4 people in the audience started to move closer to the stage. Judging by the looks on their faces, they certainly were not coming up to get a closer look. They were spread out evenly among the crowd, completely invisible to the untrained eye. Mac saw this, though. He knew it was coming. Patience, though. He decided to buy some time, entertain the people who actually wanted to be there. The second to last song finished up, and Mac spoke up again. "I'd like to thank you all for being here tonight. You've been an amazing crowd. Before we play our last song and get out of here, I'd like to say something. You all know that we're here to have some fun and play some rock and roll. However, some people just ain't getting the memo. You know who you are, and we got our sights on you," Max said as he moved a single finger across the crowd. This wasn't just some cool thing to say. It was a message, a warning. Valentina kicked in with the beat before the last song started up, the song they saved until the end of each of their concerts. The band's theme song, "In My Sights." The opening lyrics kicked in as Max scanned the crowd, waiting for the perfect moment to set it off. He knew his message must have gotten to them. Now he just needed to seal the deal. The song was reaching its climax as Max signaled to Jake. The band was going to give them one hell of a performance. The minute the climactic guitar solo came to an end, spotlight shone on the 4 individuals moving towards the stage. A single thought came to Mac's mind. Gotcha. In that short burst of time, chaos broke loose. The men cleared the crowd in seconds by breaking out their automatic weapons and shooting at the band members. That would have been the end of them if they weren't protected by bulletproof glass that came down in the front of the stage. Denzel pushed a few extra buttons on his keyboard, which resulted in a few mini turrets coming out of the stage and firing on the gunmen, making them drop like flies. The band wasn't out of the woods just yet, as even more armed men came in from all sides. Taking out his twin 44s, Mac made a declaration of, "Let's drop these bastards," and started firing upon the attackers with deadly accuracy. The other members followed suit, grabbing onto a handle that stuck in the base of his guitar. Jake pulled out a sharpened Japanese-style katana and started slicing the men left and right. Valentina reached into the kick drum of her kit and pulled out 2 heavy gauntlets made of bronze. She started wailing on the attackers with a variety of martial arts moves, most likely snapping a few necks and breaking a few limbs in the process. Denzel put his turrets on standby while he took out a pair of collie sticks from a secret compartment on his keyboard. He used them to effortlessly dispatch the attackers, cracking their skulls and dropping them to the ground. Bodies dropped to the ground one by one, neither of the band members letting up. Mac and Jake got near each other and started a mid-fight conversation. "You think they would have called ahead if they were going to stage an ambush?" Mac said while firing off another few bullets into a guy's head. "You know how these guys work. Formalities aren't their strong suit," Jake said as he ran his blade through another guy's chest. "Don't have too many of them, boys. We need information," Denzel yelled as he smacked both sides of an attacker's head, disabling him. "Got one right here," Valentina called out as she trapped one of the attackers in a headlock. The rest of the band members made sure no other guys were left standing before going over to her. Mac walked up and shoved one of his guns into the guy's face. "All right, fess up. Who sent you?" he asked. "I ain't telling you people nothing," the man said before he was pistol-whipped across the face. "Let me get this straight. I'm the guy with the gun, you're the guy being held down. I win. Now start talking," Mac told him. "I'll take it to my grave," the attacker said. "So yourself, bootlicker," Valentina said before she snapped 3 of the guy's fingers, making him scream out in pain. "Probably weren't going to use them anyway," she said. Come on, man, we don't have all day." "You people don't know who you're messing with," the captive said. "We honestly don't care. You saw what we just did to your friends, and in case you haven't noticed, your fingers are broken. We'll have as many of you as it takes," Mac told him. The guy knew he was defeated, but he gave a small chuckle. "You people really are stupid. Okay, the only message my boss has for you is, see you in hell." Jake noticed the guy do a wink after he finished his sentence. He then caught a small glint out of the side of his eye coming right from one of the feeder boxes. "No!" he screamed as he dove in front of Mac, followed by a splatter of blood exploding from his neck. Time moved slowly as Jake's near-lifeless body fell to the floor, each of the other band members getting surprised looks on their faces. Mac fired off a few shots where the bullets came from, but the sniper had already vanished. Their captain gave a laugh, causing Mac to give an angry growl before firing off the last bullet in the chamber into the guy's head as Valentina moved away. Mac then knelt down next to Jake, trying to stop the blood flow with his hands. "Jake, stay with me, man, stay with me," he shouted. "This isn't your fault," Jake said weakly. "Don't go, man, we're supposed to take him down together," Mac shouted. "Find someone," Jake coughed up blood, "who shares our goal." The last shimmer of life faded away from Jake's eyes as his body went limp. Max shook his friend's body. "Jake, don't die on me! Man, promise! Jake!" It was no use. No matter how hard he tried, Jake could not be saved. Mac clutched the body close and screamed into the air. And there you have it. The other 2 chapters will be released in due time, so for now, please enjoy this first one. I'll see you later.